Okay, welcome back to another video. We're going to be continuing to look at area of a trapezium. We figured out the formula. We showed where it came from, half a plus b times height. A and b are the two parallel sides. It doesn't matter which of the parallel sides they are, but it's just going to be the pair. So you might call this A and B, or you might swap that around and call that B and call this one A. And h is the distance between the parallel sides. So it's not the slant height, either of the sides, unless it's a right angle trapezium, in which case that would be the vertical height there. But generally it's a distance between, perpendicular distance between the two parallel sides. So we're going to look at how to use the formula and a few common misconceptions with this. So first of all, let's have a go here. So substitute the values into the formula to find the area. You do not need to find the answer. I think we will in this case find the answer because the numbers are quite simple. So first of all, we need to remember the formula. You will not be given this. So area of a trapezium is half a plus b times height, or perpendicular distance between the sides. So that's going to be half. Now we can see the parallel sides are 5 and 3. So we're going to label those A and B. So that's brackets 3 plus 5. The height is the distance between them, so that's going to be 2. And we can see that's the right angle distance there. And then we just work this out. So half 3 plus 5 is 8 times 2. Well, half times 2 is 1, and 1 times 8 is just 8. So this is going to be 8. Don't forget units, this is an area, so it's going to be centimeters squared. Okay, next question. Substitute into a formula. You do not need to find the final answer, although I will do that on here. So first thing you want to do is just write the formula out. So it's going to be area of trapezium equals half a plus b times h. You can sometimes put a small p there to remind you it's the perpendicular height. Right, so these are the parallel sides. So they're at an angle. However, the distance between the two sides, the right angle, you see the right angle there, the perpendicular distance is 2. So we're going to label this side A and this one B because they're the parallel sides. So half 5 plus 4 times 2. That becomes half times 9 times 2. Now again, because of commutativity, we can do half times 2 first, which is 1, and then 1 times 9, so it's 9. Check the units, it's going to be centimeters squared. Okay, another example here. It says substitute the values to find the area. So first of all, we're going to find the parallel sides. So you can see the little arrows here. So these are the two parallel sides, and we're going to just label them A and B. Doesn't matter which one's A, which one's B. And then we want the distance between the two parallel sides. Pause the video and figure out which the one that is. So you may have noticed, I hope you did, that the distance between the parallel sides is not 12. It kind of makes you think, well, you're going to use this, but actually you can't use 6 and 3 because 6 and 3 are not parallel. They have to be the parallel sides. And also the distance between 6 and 3 constantly changes. So there's no fixed distance. So it's not really a useful measure, but we can see the perpendicular distance, if I can draw that a bit clearer. The perpendicular distance, which is this distance here, is actually 3 given there. So because it happens to be a right angle trapezium. So we're going to work this out now using the formula. Now that we've got all of our measures, that's going to be your h. So half a plus b times h is area. And this is going to be half 4.5 plus 15 times h, the distance between them is 3. And then this will be half 15 19.5. Oops, I don't know why there we go, times 3. Now, we're not going to work out the final answer. We would just use a calculator for that. You can work it out without a calculator, but we're not going to focus on that bit yet here. Okay, next question. This one's just going to require you to substitute the letters into the formula. And then you're going to leave your answer as an expression. Pause the video and have a go, and then I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay, so here's your method. First of all, label the parallel sides so you can see these two are the parallel sides. So D and F are your A and B. Distance between the parallel sides has to be perpendicular, so you can see from that the perpendicular distance is actually E. So that is going to be our H. So let's substitute all of this in. So half. Your A and B in this case is D plus F, and the distance between them is E. You can leave it like this for now. There's not really much else you can do with this. If you wanted to make it a bit neater, you could do half E brackets D plus F. And you can, of course, expand the brackets here, but it's not required. Okay. Here, I want you to see if you can spot the mistake with this answer. Pause the video and have a go. Okay, so I'm going to go through it now. So first of all, we can see these two are the parallel sides, 5 and 9. So you've got A plus B. We're multiplying it by the distance between the sides. So it has to be the perpendicular distance, which means we want the 3. That's going to be your multiplier. So here, they've multiplied it by 4. So your mistake is here. And then the rest of the calculation, although it follows the wrong numbers, it seems to be also a bit funny here. Just the layout is not very good. Okay, so what you should be doing for this is 9 plus 5 times 3, half times that, and then you can work out the rest. Okay, so spot the mistake with this question. Alright, so the formula is fine, and then we've got two parallel sides, 5 and 9, but we can see this person used the non-parallel sides. The 3 isn't even actually length of one of the sides, it's the distance between the parallel sides. So here, that's the mistake here. What it should be is half 9 plus 5 times the distance between them, perpendicular distance is 3, and then you can do that with a calculator or just using pen and paper. Right, how is this question different to what we've been looking at so far? So you might spot that the area is already given to us. The area is 12 centimeters squared, and this time we're going to find the distance between the two parallel sides. We're just going to call it P, H. So area, let's have a go here, equals half A plus B times H. Pause the video and see if you can work out the answer to this question by substituting these numbers into the formula till you get an answer. Okay, I'm going to have a go now. So half, parallel sides are 2 plus 6. Distance between the sides is what we're looking for, so we're just going to call it H. Now the area is actually given to us. We know the area is 12. So we are basically just using the formula, except rather than working out the area, it's one of these three things that we're working out. In this case, it happens to be H. So let's simplify this more. Half equals, now 6 plus 2 is 8, and 8 times a half is 4. So this becomes 4H. We're going to divide by 4, so 3 equals H. So 3 is your distance between the perpendicular sides, but we need to make sure that we include units, so it's 3 centimeters. Okay, have a go with this one to work out the missing length K. This time it's one of the sides that we are working out. Pause the video and have a go. Okay, so first of all we're going to write the formula. Then we're going to find the parallel sides. So we can see K and 5 are your A and B. And the distance between them is 7. So this is going to be, we know the area is 28 because that's given to us. Half, now the parallel sides are K plus 5. And the height, distance between them is 7. So let's tidy this all up. Now half times 7 is 3.5. However, I'm going to do something different here. I'm going to divide both sides by 7 first in order to get rid of that 7 there. So this now becomes 28 divided by 7 is 4. And then we've got half K plus 5. Right, so now I want to find out K, so I want to get rid of the half, so I'm going to multiply all of this by 2. I'm going to multiply all of this by 2 as well. So I'm going to get 8 equals, now the half and the 2 cancel out, so K plus 5. Okay, we're going to then take away 5 from both sides, and we can then see that 3 is equal to K. And remember, K represents a length, so it's going to be 3 centimeters. Okay, so in the next video, you're just going to go through a bit of a worksheet. I'll see you in that one.